Oof. All right. I gotta do preps real quick. I gotta shoot up first. Dream big, folks. I am doing this. I am doing this for my sake. And I'm doing this for yours. Welcome to the stream, folks. Saturday night. Saturday night. It's 9:30. I'm gonna take a shot after this. After the actual thing. Let me look. Yeah, hold on a minute. It's Mama calling me again. What is it, boo boo? Yay. Fine. She's sitting here going, oh well, it's alright. I am not mad. I am dealing with, I'm moody because my mental health meds aren't taking in a fair and safe and good balance really stuck out to me here. So I started applying, probably thinking about it like 3 months. No. Keep me in prayers, y'all. Cause I'm about to keep it $1.50. I don't always do this. But the reason Louisiana needs, you know what? Let me turn on my camera because you're going to see this today. Because I don't know how to deal with it. Louisiana corruption history. And this is coming back. This is a lot of people that don't want to tell the truth, but I'm telling you the truth. For those that are saying that we have corrupt leaders in Illinois or New York or California or anything, here's the truth. This is why I am doing everything I can to get the Libertarian Party into this state, and not just into parishes. I'm doing the same way when it comes to the state government to represent the people, and then to the governor to represent the state. But here's the truth. To look back at it, this is from 2017, and this is the reason for that. Former U.S. Rep. Billy Tozen liked to say that half of Louisiana is underwater and the other half is under indictment. At times in the state's history, that seemed to be either a pithy observation or a venerable fact. Corruption apparently is as natural to Louisiana as hurricanes, subsidence, and backed up storm drains. When I was asked by colleagues at the Alabama news website AL.com to participate in an online debate about which state, Alabama, Illinois, Louisiana, or New Jersey is the most corrupt, I had a lot to work with. The video was edited for time, but that snippet that survived makes it clear that the likes of Huey Long, Earl Long, and Edward Edwards put Louisiana in a class of its own. Edwards alone could be enough to take this tarnished crown. He spent substantial parts of his 4 terms as governor fighting criminal indictments before being convicted on bribery and extortion charges in 2001. He served more than 8 years of a 10-year sentence. Edwards was elected to his final term in 91 against former KKK leader David Duke in a campaign highlighted by the slogan, "Vote for the crook, it's important." As it turns out, both candidates ended up serving prison time, with Duke pleading guilty to felony charge of filing a false tax return in 2002. What do other states have to offer? Alabama scored points when Governor Robert Bentley resigned in April rather than face impeachment after he was accused of using his political position to cover up the affair with a political advisor, threatening staffers, firing the state's top law enforcement official, and using official vehicles to transport an advisor on the state. Illinois' case depends on the fact that 4 of its governors have been sent to prison, along with 24 Chicago aldermen and more than a few others, including Congressman Jesse Jackson Jr. New Jersey, of course, has Chris Christie, who became embroiled in what is dubbed Bridgegate, which a staff member and political appointees colluded to create traffic jams in Fort Lee, New Jersey, to punish a Democratic mayor who had not supported Christie. This governor had also made national headlines when he was caught vacationing with his family on a beach he has closed as part of a budget battle with the legislature. I didn't even have the time to note that New Orleans has a former mayor, Ray Nagin, and a former congressman, William Jefferson, who are still serving sentences for public corruption. Jefferson is not only serving the longest sentence ever to a member of Congress, 13 years, but he was convicted in a complicated international bribery case that was highlighted by the FBI agents finding $90,000 hidden in a freezer. That is some kind of lagniappe you don't get anywhere else, or you don't get in Alabama, Illinois, or New Jersey. And there is so much history with that. And that's the thing. This is a long history of corruption. Not that we shouldn't be proud of any of this. The city continues to overcome this sort of history, which is not only robbed its residents of honest services, but it makes it harder to attract and keep the honest businesses that brings jobs and prosperity. So which state is more corrupt? And you know what? Louisiana is corrupt. It's been corrupt. A lot of it goes back years. And I don't even have to do it, but it's by the Justice Department for the period from 2002 to 2011 tagged Louisiana with the highest rate of convictions for people in public office. The state came out on top for public corruption convictions with 9 per 100,000 population. Overall, Louisiana has convicted 403 public officials over those 10 years. And that's just the federal cases, and that's just the ones who got caught. And you know what's even the sad part about it is? We are voting for the same people every single year to hope to take care of the state. And you're going to see the same daughters and sons leave the state. The money just isn't there. The jobs isn't there. And the reason we're dealing with this today is corruption. It's the truth. It's corruption. That's the saddest part of it all. And here's the thing. Between 1997 to 2006, we were number one in the nation for political convictions according to the country. And then people don't realize it's corruption. You have this, you say, oh, I'm in the midst of enjoying the governor's race, but don't even realize Louisiana is corrupt. And that's the sad part of it all. But the fact of the matter is, it's the same way with both parties. And it's not just from moving forward. A lot of it even goes after that. And not even goes after the Bobby Jindal 2-term run. And a lot of it is even before that. But even after that, people are realizing, why are we dealing with this shit? You're having young people, the best and brightest in this state, leave. And I could do this easily. Why? Why are people... and that's the thing. A lot of it is a look back. And you know what's even crazy? This is literally from 2021. This is like Louisiana has the 5th highest population loss in the nation in 2021, losing more than 27,000 citizens. Experts say this quick decline in population is directly correlated with Laura and Ida, but it's compounded by rising insurance rates, crime, and a stagnating job market. And the sad part about it is, I could add one more. Politics. That's the point. We're having a 2-party system in the state that is not helping the people that it should. You're having third-party candidates that are getting beat, but the same people get chosen. The same people on both sides of the aisle get chosen. That's the saddest part of it all. This is last year. Half of the people. This is from Pelican Institute, and that's the thing. That's the thing. People don't talk about in this state. You having more of half of Louisiana leaving Louisiana or looking for work. Louisiana is the only southern state to rank in the top 10 for out-migration. Louisiana's troubled economy and a lack of solutions for job creation for families has led to years of people choosing to find jobs elsewhere. Until Louisiana prioritizes structural reforms to areas like occupational licensure, tax policy, and education, jobs and opportunities will soon leave the state, taking Louisiana's with them. But the problem matter is, we're having politicians that they're not going to do this job. You're having, in the state of Louisiana, 6 in 10. And I'm going to say this again. 6 in 10 people overall support legalization of cannabis. Most of them are people like myself and Gen Z. And I'll be back. Because it's Mama calling me again. What is it, Mama? I'm gonna take a shot. I'm gonna eat, okay? All right. Mama calling me for everything. But the truth is simple. There are more young people leaving this state every year. Even in high school. I live in Natchitoches for 30 years, and I'm gonna keep it $1.50. I know I'm gonna get Sky Sports News with this shit, but I'm gonna keep it 100. Louisiana, I'm gonna say this: Natchitoches, Louisiana. I live in this parish, and in this city, or close to the city, 10 miles from here. Literally most, if not all of my life, and not just most of my life, almost most of it. That's the point. I love this state. Literally. Sometimes too much, as I've watched it. You have 6 in 10 people, young people in Louisiana, Gen Z, millennials, to like 59, 40, 50 years old, support legalization of marijuana. Guess who doesn't support it? Senior citizens. You're looking at everybody saying it's not going to be enough money, and that's the problem. The biggest issue is the state of Louisiana is losing people. And this is like, and then you look at KISS 97.3. I could read this. I could read top 10 reasons. I could see it. And I could understand it. But I can look back at it. I could add some. Let me look. What's going on here? Good idea. Louisiana doesn't have a Boosie's. Louisiana food is just too good. It's because of Coach Orr. People leaving Louisiana because they got lost while following directions to the liquor store from Coach O. Whatever. The high humidity. Mother Nature. The pastelaya. Too many people making pastelaya in Louisiana and thinking it's okay. It's not okay. Going to Bama. We are all related. Saying ain't so. It could be Joe's fault. Well, Drew Brees did retire, so maybe they're following that. They really didn't move away. Gary, maybe people aren't really moving out. Maybe they fell into a pothole and disappeared. You know what? Whatever. It's funny, though. But that's the thing. There's whimsical and funny reasons. But that's the saddest part of it all. We still have questions to this day. And when you're having the nation's steepest, and like a lot of people don't want to tell the truth. It's mostly politics. And it's mostly the money isn't there. The tax system is horrifyingly bad. And you're in the recent year. And that's the thing that people just don't want to tell the truth. I'm telling the truth. More people are leaving the state because they're not in a place to raise their kids. And you know what? Core is always best. I'm not doing it for stupidity. I want to read it because I'm learning through this shit. But I could shock myself into that. And here's the thing. This is a good question. Why did you leave Louisiana? I left after I received my undergraduate degree, and at the time, Louisiana was all I knew, and I liked it. My family and friends were there, but I couldn't find a job that met with my ambition. Once I was exposed to a lot of new ideas and cultures, my career took off. Louisiana could not provide me with any of that. I left Louisiana many years ago because I met someone from California, and after moving here, never could imagine being there for more than a week at a time. Before that time, I felt like I would be looked down upon for leaving my family. Many people never leave the state, much less consider living elsewhere. Louisiana has close families, a strong, proud culture, and great food. Community is valuable, and everyone knows everyone else's business. The same community is there when you need them, no matter what. Outside of college towns, Louisiana has very little diversity, and it can become suffocating in its sameness. Yes, there are strict boundaries between races. Sure, the kids can go to public school together and play on the same football teams, but they live in separate parts of town, do not go to the same churches, had better not think about flirting with your daughter. And people tend to think Louisiana is indeed heaven, and that is nowhere else that can come close. And the same belief goes to other cultures and religion. Anything else other than Christianity is hard to fathom, much less Judaism, Islam, Hindu, and Baha'i or foreign. Enough? I had higher expectations and dreams of success in various areas after completing college, and the idea to move to Chicago, where I have relatives, certainly offered great opportunities that I couldn't achieve in my hometown of New Orleans, unfortunately. I've been here for 47 years now, and I've experienced some great career heights that may have not been afforded me in New Orleans. I actually left for 2 years and came back. I love Louisiana. It's the most unique, diverse, international cities in USA. There can't be a saying that there's a saying it can't attribute, but it says, America is New York, New Orleans, and San Francisco. Everywhere else is Cleveland. I transferred from Baton Rouge to Arkansas with my company, but there were many trips back in Baton Rouge for business. 8 or 9 years later, my parents moved to typical Louisiana, so we traveled back to Louisiana to visit with them several times a year. I like Louisiana and learned to cook mean gumbo. I left in 81 at the age of 19 because all my family had moved away, and I had a terrible decision-making skills. I'm a guitarist since the age of 13, so I always enjoyed a buzz. I really wasn't all that particular, and that age of ideas saying no thanks would never occur to me. Combine those factors with New Orleans, and well, that's a wonder I'm alive. Now I have to tell you, I miss New Orleans terribly, but something inside me kept me from moving back for 34 years. I knew I could make a living as a musician here, but only if I could keep those demons at bay. It took years of trial and error and some real rough times, but 13 years ago I met my wife. She was a very big help in keeping my focus on the right things. I still enjoy a buzz, but I learned priorities. I have to play and sing 2.5-hour sets every Monday through Thursday, and I know if I get wasted the night before my performance, we'll suffer, which in turn hurts my bandmates. I'm likely the happiest man alive today. I'm married to the love of my life. I played the music with cats I love playing music with, and in the place I love more than anywhere I've been. My vacation was over and I had to go home. I tried to get out of the country, but poverty forced me to stay. So I became an old settler, and now nothing can drive me away. Well, I enjoyed the vacation, visited a number of great restaurants, and saw some historical sites, but it was time to go home, so I left. So I left Louisiana. I haven't, and I don't intend to. I'm a native New Orleans, and despite the corruption and crime, this is home. I love my city, the architecture, the view, the history, the music scene. I love the people. The food is phenomenal. The corner bar in the restaurant has often better food than everywhere else. I love the Saints and the fact that they're having a terrific year. I visited other cities, and none has appealed to me when compared to New Orleans. I've never been in Louisiana, so I haven't left it. I guess across the river in Mississippi is just as close as I ever come. And that's the thing. The saddest part of it all is true for some of these answers. I didn't leave because I love the state. I love this state. There are some of my classmates from Natchez Central that are still here. Some of them left to Baton Rouge. Shout out to my best friend. The saddest part to me to deal with, and that's the thing, the saddest part of it all, you know what? Let me get the chat going. Turn on the chat, folks. I'm good. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. I got all day, hun. Let's talk about it. Why I love this state is very simple. It is very simple and it's very honest. And in small cases, very real. The food, the culture, the sports we do the very best in, or we hope to do the very best. And that's the thing that I love about this state. Louisiana has culture. There are some families there's some of my family is still here. My aunt is still here. Only one left. I have no uncles left. They're all dead. All of them. I'm gonna keep it $150. All of them are dead. All of my uncles are dead. I don't have anybody else. I have cousins that are still here. I only have one aunt left. No, I have one aunt left in the family. I don't have anybody else. I don't have anybody else. I'm serious. I don't have anybody else. That's the saddest part of it all. The only one left is my mom that is next in the family room right now. She's alive. I have to be cared for. I'm trying to live. That's the thing that is sad. That saddens me about the state is you're having. When I look back at high school, I can tell how I can go off and think, oh yeah, graduation day. Guess what I'm gonna say, and guess what it's gonna be, and I'm gonna keep it a buck, and I'm gonna keep it a buck 50, and that's a sad thing. They don't move too far, but a lot of it. This is let me see what year. What's going on? And that's the thing. You're looking back. This is December 2nd, but if you're going to move from another state from your home here in Louisiana, what state do you think you'd be likely moving to? That's a question Stacker.com asked, and they discovered that when people do Louisiana, they don't move too far. The Stacker site used information compiled by the Census Bureau to determine where Louisianans go when they no longer choose to be residents of Louisiana. The information compiled that only 9.3% of Americans made a move in 2019. That was one of the lowest figures for change in the residents of the country since the late 1940s. The Slacker article included 40 states where Louisiana residents relocated, and you might imagine places where it's cold, don't see too many Cajuns heading their way. Minnesota, Wyoming, Kansas were among the least favored destinations for Louisiana residents. The top 10 places for Louisiana migration included to be 8 states that are most of us considered to be the South. Only Colorado, the 6th most popular choice, and California, the 4th most popular choice, were destinations that weren't south of the Mason-Dixon line. So where are more residents moving? To find an answer, just look to the left, look to the right, and look up. You pretty much figure out the top 3 choices for Louisiana residents to move when they leave the state. Texas was the top choice. According to Stacker.com in 2019, some 2,513 Louisianans became Texans, which made little over 1/4 of all the people that migrated from the state. In contrast, 19,675 people migrated from the Texas to the boot during the same period. And it's, oh my God. Mama, I'm busy, okay?
Okay. When you get finished, lock the door.
All right. And the 19,679 people migrated from the Texas to the boot during the same period. Mississippi was the second choice for Louisiana residents to relocate. In 2019, the Census Bureau reported that 9,257 people moved from the boot to the Magnolia State. Conversely, 5,395 people moved from Mississippi to Louisiana. When more people are moving to Texas than Texas to Louisiana. More people are moving to Mississippi than Mississippi to Louisiana. Florida, and then you're looking at it, Florida was number 3, third choice, followed by California. Arkansas was the 5th choice. Arkansas was the 5th choice to relocate, followed by Colorado, Alabama, Georgia, Virginia, and Tennessee, rounding out the list. And that's the thing that is the saddest part of it all. And you're looking at the worst possible place of living. And then you're looking at it, hey, this is health. Healthy, wealthy, and wise, huh? And you're looking at Kentucky, Arkansas. And now we're looking to where Louisiana is, huh? And that's what I'm looking for. And then sadly, we're the 44th ranked with the 44th. This is easy. The 44th ranked. No, that's the wrong one. The 44th ranked where people are living the longest. We're seeing Louisiana 44th. 44th ranked of seniors that lived the longest. The average life expectancy is 76.1. You have 742,194 seniors in this state, 16% of the population. You have the healthcare for seniors ranked 48th. You have the senior demographics, 72.8. Breakdown by sex, 44% male, 56% female. Breakdown by race, 71.9% white, 23.5% Black or African American, 2.8% Hispanic or Latino, 1% Asian, and 0.4% Alaskan or Native American. And you're looking at it. You're looking at this is going to, the saddest part is we're going to lose people more and more. And that's the sad part of it all. I love this state. You're staring at more people leaving. And I can say this, I agree with a lot of people. It's like you don't really know how bad it is until you leave for an extended period of time. Yeah, the food is great. People like to party. Census shows that Louisiana rural jobs dry up. Young people live in the state. And that's 2021. 45th of the Louisiana 64 parishes. You know what? This is great. I'm reading through this, and this is the real truth about this state. And it's the stuff of it. And that's the grid. That's the. And I want to read it. I'm going to look at what's the parishes. But I can't find it, so it's all right. But that's the thing. And I look back at this. Every morning, Floyd Dupree and their son. This is census shows as Louisiana rural jobs dry up, young people leaving the state. It's another day on the farm tending to their cattle. Meanwhile, 60 miles east in the state's capital, Floyd's grandson and Mike's nephew Joseph Dupree hits the gym near his apartment and heads to class at a state-of-the-art engineering building on LSU's campus. Joy Dupree is a chemical engineering student who wants to focus on sustainable energy sources. He aspires to live in Houston rather than take over his grandfather's farm. His story is typical for rural Louisiana, where younger generations are leaving for more opportunities in urban areas in other states. Data from the 2020 Census Bureau shows that 45 of Louisiana's 64 parishes lost population over the last decade. Louisiana was fifth in the nation for slowest population growth. The only parishes that saw growth were the main urban ones in their suburbs. The only ones that, I'm going to read this again. The only parishes that saw growth were the main urban ones in their suburbs. Louisiana's population grew a mere 2.7% according to the census data. The national average was 7.4. That's not good. Towns in some of the swampland parishes closer to the Gulf of Mexico that rely on petroleum energy are experiencing a similar loss as the country shifts to more renewable energy sources and storms intensify. New Iberia residents said, for instance, that their area has been losing people to Lafayette and more distant places as oil-related business declines at the port. Out of the six of us, my siblings and my cousins that could choose where they wanted to live, only one of them lives in New Iberia. Worse, one time an LSU student from there said, 3 of them live in New Orleans, 1 in Houston, and 1 in Tampa Bay. Governor, this is looking back. This is going after when it's John Bell Edwards. And a lot of it goes back even after that, even before that. Governor Bell Edwards formed a task force in only 2020 to recommend solutions to the challenge that rural communities are facing. The task force returned last June with 4 key recommendations: expanding broadband, improving infrastructure, expanding workforce training and higher education opportunities, and expanding agricultural sections in the state's university systems. And we'll keep doing this shit. We keep doing this. And yes, we need internet, but we keep doing it. The state legislature created grants this year to help rural communities with broadband access. And you see, and this is a year. This is 2021. This is 2 years ago. A year or two ago. Maybe a year or two ago. $6 billion from a federal infrastructure bill. The money will be used to upgrade drinking water systems, especially in rural parishes, and improve roads and ports. While the spending may help, it may not change the long-standing generational shifts that have left rural communities across the country feeling older and less vibrant, leaving farms in the bayous. Floyd Dupree started walking on his father's farm as a young boy and inherited 800 acres after his father died. One recent day, Floyd, now 72, has made his daily drive down Texas Eastern Road at 10 miles per hour at a Chevy Silverado, observing each pasture with dozens of cows serenely grazing. Mike, being younger and more able-bodied, operated tractors. He tended to the cattle, plowed fields, and repaired old fences. Floyd is about to hand the entire farm to Mike, who is the only one of his siblings to stay on the farm. The roots were sunk, and I just jumped on board. Both said the last thing they want is to move away from Opelousas and spiritual life in a big city. Mike said that in the cities you're just a number. In small towns you're a name and a person. I'm not sure how I could live in a place where I could be back to back with my neighbor. I love my lifestyle. It's a very simple one. I wouldn't want to have anything else. Mike understands why younger family members do not want to work on the farm. It's a lot. It's a lot of work with little reward. Shelby Arusso, who lives in Pierre Part, a bayou town between Baton Rouge and Morgan City, said that a staunch divide between generations contributes to the population decline in rural areas. In Pierre Part, most of the older generations are fishers, trappers, and owners of a small family business. A bayou bisects the town, and the general store is the busiest place. The only familiar chain in Pierre Part is a single subway. The rest are local business. There's also a tight sense of community, or at least there used to be. In the digital age, young people can connect with the world and see all the opportunities outside their family's business. Orso said while she is comfortable staying Pierre Part, many younger residents feel the pressure to join family businesses and think the routine of their small town is boring. In order for a place to thrive, you need differentiation. In order to help it thrive more than it is, the older generation should stop pressuring the younger generation to follow in their footsteps. And I can see this. Oh, it's true. I can see it. Hannah Sanchez, a native of Pierre Part who attends Northwestern State University in Natchitoches, sees her hometown as a very isolated community. You only can get what the community wants you to know. Sanchez says young people want to experience new things, and she has no intention in living in Pierre Part again. People need to explore their options and see what the world has to give them. You can always go back, but you won't know until you leave. Oil and gas and storm losses. Joey Dupreg, for his grandson in LSU, grew up in Iota, a town of 1,800, about 50 minutes from Lake Charles and Lafayette, and has felt the impact of the decline of oil and gas jobs, just as Floyd and Mike have felt the losses in agriculture. Joey's father left the farm and moved his family to Iota to work on security services. Over a fifth of Iota's residents commute to work in the oil and gas industry, which also heavily influences small town success. Oil refineries generate a higher paying jobs that ripple into boosting businesses. When he was a child in the early 2000s, Iota's Main Street was thriving with several locally owned businesses like the Mexican restaurant Haciendas, Joey's favorite. But after Katrina and other hurricanes devastated much of southern Louisiana and oil and gas prices fell from their peaks, the industry experienced a sharp decline. Oil exploration sites, and wells in southern Louisiana were closed, and so did Haciendas. My small community died with that oil industry in Louisiana. Joy Dupree said, I was left with an empty town. Career choices from where I was growing up was either going into the oil industry or working on a family farm, he said. Joy recently decided to change his major from petroleum engineering to chemical engineering. He said that depending on oil and gas did not seem like a sustainable path, and chemical engineering gives him a chance to explore other routes. Louisiana lost thousands of oil and gas jobs when oil prices dropped after 2014 and as the world shifted towards renewable energy. Some Louisiana politicians and residents also blame federal policy changes that support it. Oil used to be the number one industry in New Iberia, but the new policies that changed that. The port has pretty much died. The threat of storm surges and hurricanes also circles over the coastal areas of southern Louisiana. Residents of many towns and cities are increasingly forced to evacuate, leaving their businesses and homes at the mercy of whatever storm is coming, and some of these people may never come back. Madeline Heidel, a Houma resident, said the worsening storm cycle initially strengthened her community. When Hurricane Katrina hit, a lot of people from New Orleans came here to Houma, and so did our school system grew, and people brought their businesses to Houma, so it expanded a lot. But Houma took a direct hit from Hurricane Ida this year, and it's one of the many towns in Southeast Louisiana struggling to recover. Addie Schmidt, a assistant in Southeastern Louisiana University, said widespread flooding from Hurricane Isaac in 2012 made hurricanes a big concern in her hometown of Laplace, a suburb west of New Orleans. Of course, Laplace has experienced hurricanes before. One's definitely worse than Isaac, but has never flooded before, Schmidt said. Therefore, many people were left wondering what to do next and how to figure out a new way of living. From 2010 to 2020, Laplace saw its population drop by 1,000. It flooded again during Ida, but that could cause the population to drop even more. So as storms keep coming and industries keep declining, small towns could see more people leave and never come back. Orso said it's sad to think that an entire town could one day be gone. Even though small towns can be boring and have not a lot of things going, there's usually a certain culture tied with each and every small town that is worth getting to know or at least acknowledging. And that's the thing that is looking back. Even the sales taxes is the highest in the state. And you know what? I got the questions to ask. And it makes me think, Goody. And this is 2022. And this is the parish. This is Natchitoches itself. With 18,105 people, Natchitoches is the 27th most populated city in the state of Louisiana out of 487. And it makes me look. You know what? I'm looking. And this is it. And this is data, but hey, I can deal with it. But that's the thing nobody's going to talk about. I can talk about it now. You're looking at a 2020 population of Natchitoches Parish, or Natchitoches, Louisiana, Natchitoches Parish. 38,505. A 0.68 1-year decline. You have two of the senators from the Republican Party. You have a median age of 33.5. A 1-year decrease. You have the poverty rate of 30.1%. A 6.8 1-year decrease. But the median household income is growing at 7.2% a year for that year's growth. You're growing in property value, you're growing in a household income, and you have more in employed population. But the question is, why are people leaving? That's the thing. Why are people leaving? And that's the part that makes me want to think. You have veterans that are in the Gulf War and the war in Iraq and others, and Vietnam. But you're looking at it, there's less from World War II, less in Korea, what you're seeing in the parish. More from Vietnam, more from the Gulf War, and more from the Gulf. We're getting younger, but it's the point that makes me think. You're employing, in the state of the state parish, and the parish is employs 12,000 people, and the largest industries is manufacturing, healthcare, and educational services. And the highest paying industries are oil and gas, education, agriculture, fishing, hunting, and mining. That's all of that. And that's all we know. And that's what you're staring at. It's a growth. You have not just men and women earning more. You're looking at it of an employment of a year-on-year growth. It's 8.5%, which is a year-over-year growth. You're having more educational services, healthcare, and social assistance than anything else. More of the payroll is in manufacturing, but we're not there. You're looking at the domestic trade. Hey, we make more in gasoline, fuel oils, and coal. But you're looking at it, and I'm looking at the parish. It's like the trade, as we know, we give more money from Louisiana to Texas, Mississippi, and Illinois, but you're staring at it. You're looking at Joe Jorgensen, even in 2020, it's 1%. It's all of that. You have looking for 6 members. You have Natchitoches Parish awarded 2,000 degrees, but you have more people skewed towards women. You have more of the student population is skewed towards the female students. You have most students graduating from universities in Natchitoches Parish are white, followed by blacks, African American, Hispanic or Latino, and 2 or more races. And we know the largest universities in the parish is Northwestern State. And that's what you're looking at. You got in concentrations, all of it. The diversity is all of it. You're looking for it. And that's the biggest, the highest median state tuition is $5,180. 4-year and above, that is the median state fee, is $3,000. The books and supplies for 4 years and above is $1,300. And that's the thing and you're looking at Natchitoches. You have the property values going up, which is 0.64 times smaller than the national average. People in Natchitoches have an average commute time of 24 minutes, and they drove alone to work. The median household income is the highest, with and this is it, $30,625 in 2010, with the track of the highest median household income in Natchitoches Parish was Census 5 tract with $56,563. In 2021, the 18% of the population was living with severe housing problems. From 2014 to 2021, the indicator declined. And as you're staring at, it's like, hey, it is up. It is more than up 15,000. And you're staring at the state. You're staring at Natchitoches, and the question that has to be asked. You have the biggest household income in 2 years ago. And the question still has to be asked. Why are people leaving? Why are people leaving the state? It's weird to me. But do I understand it? Yeah, I do. I do. And still, none of it makes sense, if at all. You have the biggest household income in 2020, 2021, maybe 2022. But I can tell every graduate that ever graduated from Lakeview, Niagara Central, St. Mary's, we all know who's going to leave. That's the saddest part of it all. I love this state, and I love Natchitoches Parish. I still have people there. But it's the funniest part of it all. And you're looking at it, 2021. It's not even available, but it's looking at 2020. From 2020, 37,515 in a parish. But by the time it's 2021, it dropped. And that's the population estimates. It's dropping the estimates. You have 76% of the parish with a computer, and you have 68% with a broadband internet subscription. You have 87% of people that graduate high school and higher, but 21% gets a bachelor's degree or higher. You have, but the problem matter is people are thinking, oh, kids are getting a disability check. You have people under 65 years only get 10% of the disability checks. Almost 10%, which makes no sense. You're having the civilian labor force in Natchitoches Parish. It is 50% of 50% of the labor force is in Natchitoches, and that's male. And that's the percent of the population. Female is 50%. Total food accommodation and food service sales, $78,821. You have total health care and assistance, $192,000. Total retail sales, $442,551. That's 2017. 23 minutes to work. The household income is $33,000. But in 2021, it is even higher. You have 22% of people in poverty. But the question is, why are people leaving? That's the population I showed you right here. This is the thing. Even if it's no few, but this is the thing. This is 2020. I'm not joking, folks. You know what? 30. You know what? I love math, but I hate it so much. And I could do the difference. $489. So, you losing 489 people. But the question is asked, why are we leaving? I look at my classmates in 2007, I'm staring at it, and I could go deeper. But it's hard to go deeper than 2021. And that's what you're staring at. That is the thing that is the least talked about. The population change from 2020 to 2021 was 1.3%. Less than 1%. But you're having people leave. And that's what you're staring at. And I believe some of them will stay because of the businesses that's coming here. Starbucks being here, Arby's being there. You have more of the food, more of the stuff, but are people going to stay there after they graduate Northwestern State? Do I look back at the fact that people are going to say no? And that's the reason why. And that's the reason for me that I love to say this is the Libertarian Party needs to be a part of. It needs to be part of this parish too. I mean, to look back at the mayor's race a few years ago in Natchitoches Parish, and you're staring at a Democrat winning that, but you're looking at a Libertarian Party in Natchitoches Parish, and it's not that good at all. It's like I'm only gonna promote it in my small part of my people, and I'm just doing it for the lulz. You're looking at people that are leaving the state. I can guarantee. You want to know how much I guarantee people are leaving the state? Was my graduating class of 2007. My estimation is half the class left. Half or 60% of the class left. And I look back at my birth brother's graduating class, 1989. 80% or more left. And that's the biggest issue. A lot of the issues, and a lot of them move back home for the parents. The parents are sick and needed help. And I'm 40 minutes in, and I'm trying to figure this out. And I'm trying to tell y'all the problems that are in the parish right now for crime and all that stuff. A lot of it goes back years. It's not just a recent occurrence. A lot of it goes back years. A lot of it goes back when the businesses aren't even there. You're going to get McAllister Bar and Grill. You're going to get a Hobby Lobby. You're getting Whataburger 2 times over. You're getting McDonald's still 2 times over. You're getting a car lot in I-49 because you're seeing more people, hey, this is the biggest place to be. The biggest place to be is I-49. You have the same people screaming, hey, why don't we have a shopping center? The problem matter is, I'm looking at Kaiser Avenue and this is the strip. This is the strip on steroids. Go to Kaiser Avenue on rush hour traffic when you get home from 4 o'clock to 5. Or 3 o'clock to 5. That's the thing that I stare at, that I want to see, and I realize, hey, I am looking at a parish that's 1.3% population, but there's growth, there's more household income, more growth. But the question is, if there's more household growth, more household income growing for a lot of our state, of our parish, then are the kids that are in my class coming back? My answer is no. And a lot of it goes back deep. And a lot of it goes back deep. A lot of it goes back years. And I'm looking at this guy with Jordan Thiel. Shout out to him. Kids say on Reddit saying 30 FPS games are unplayable. Me that grew up with an SNES and a PS1. Shit. That's the point. And you know what's even sad about it? I do love gaming. But I also love, and I look at this, saw a TikTok where flamingos lose their pink when raising their babies because it's such an intensive process and eventually it comes back. I feel it's such an important thing to remember when we feel like we lost ourselves in motherhood. And you know what's even sad about Louisiana? That I love this state so much. We're known for the Christmas festival. That's the biggest economy maker we know how. And the next deepest and deeper than and very, very far into that is the 4th of July celebration. And everything else. And Mardi Gras and everything. To me, I want Natchitoches to be a lot better than it is. Do I think a lot of these businesses will be closed or be out of business within the next 10 years? I'm going to keep it $1.50. I'm sorry to tell you this, but it's yeah. It's yeah. And I think that I'm going to keep it $1.50 to a lot of people in the parish of Natchitoches Parish that I love, and Louisiana that I love. Louisiana needs a bigger, and I think when I look back at it, Louisiana needs a cash crop, a new cash crop. I think the biggest cash crop that I know would be cannabis. But that's the problem. You're looking at a poll a few years ago, it's like 6 in 10 of people overall want legalization. But yet we decriminalize and we go to jail. We decriminalize for small grams, but anything higher than that, we get a jail time still. We'll pay $100 fine for the smallest of grams, but does it matter? No, it ain't gonna make enough money. We're staring at the state. We're staring at. You think in Louisiana? My brother told me straight up. It's like I think Louisiana will be first before Texas, but I can see it happen. And when I look back at this state, I think the biggest thing that is going to make the population insane and massive as it is going to be the legalization of cannabis. No doubt, no joke. Even if kids don't want it because it's not the illegal it's not it's the taboo stuff anymore. This is not the taboo stuff anymore. We're already not in the taboo stuff already. I guarantee you we're betting on sports. And I'm not bullshitting. I guarantee you we're betting on this stuff. Nobody would matter. Nobody realized it. We're betting on this shit. We're betting on sports now. We're betting on daily fantasy sports now. And I wonder how much money is it? How much money that is sports betting. Which is weird, which is funny, which is crazy. And I look at it, it's amazing. It's amazing why. And that's the weirdest thing I feel. And I look at the Champions League. And that's the thing a lot of people don't want to tell and don't want to be real is what if the money from daily fantasy, you know what I can see? I can see the take to be low. And you know what? Google, we're going to take care of you. Turn off the chat. Let me take care of myself for a sec. How much sports betting, how much is sports betting in, or tax, how much, you know what, I'm looking. How much sports betting in Louisiana, how much sports betting is. I'm sorry. It's Mama again. I'll be back. Yes! 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 I'm busy, Mama. I'll be back for you. Shut up. How much is sports betting in Louisiana? I'm looking at it. You know what? I gotta look at it. And like, this is 2023. In the first year of sports betting, Louisiana made $26.5 million. How much sports betting is made? And it's looking at Natchitoches Parish. Let's see. And you're looking at 2018. And I'm still looking at it. And I'm looking at it. I'm trying to find out how much the parish would get it. And that's the craziest spot of it all. And you're looking at it. I'm trying to find out how much the impact of gambling. But there's the thing. I'm looking at how much of it. How much? You know what? This is fun. How much Natchitoches Parish is getting? You know what? This is easy. And it's the state. But it's not. I'm not talking about the election. I'm talking about the parish. How much is the parish are getting? And you're staring at fantasy sports, but Natchitoches Parish is getting it. And this is 2022. I'm still looking for that. And that's the saddest part of it all. I would love to see in Natchitoches Parish find out how much. And that's the thing. How much was supposed to be perished? Even though it's going towards early childhood education, the Behavioral Wellness Fund, and the Disability Affairs, and you're staring at it and you're looking at it, and I'm still waiting to see. And I'm going to say it remains to be seen whether the 10 of the 15% that trickles back to local clubs from the money wagers by sports fans proves to be a good bet. And we're still waiting on it. And that's the reason why I'm looking for it. And I'm looking for. You know what's even weird about it? Oh, fuck. And that's the thing nobody's going to tell. Is how much money that is there. Still looking for it. Still looking for how much that is there. How much money that is there. And I'm still looking for the price. I'm still looking for how much money that was. We're in a point like, yeah. How much sports betting revenue in Louisiana is going to and you know, it's weird. And then it drops even hard with the 5.4%, but you're looking at it. It's like, where's the parishes? Who gets the money? Where's the revenue? And like regulator says, Louisiana sports betting beat first year's expectations. And you're staring at it is, where is Natchitoches Parish? How much are they getting? And I believe they're getting less than that. That's the thing. Natchitoches Parish is the one that betted on daily fantasy sports and sports betting a lot. And that's the thing. $7.5 million in revenue, where some of it goes to Natchitoches. Because there's a lot of people going online. That's the weirdest part of it all. That's the weirdest part of it all. And that's why I'm looking at it. I'm trying to figure out how much money. And I'm like, the whole thing is the truth, but the truth is going to hurt. It may not be enough money to help matters. So that's why I'm doing this for this parish. I want in the next governor's or the next election to have libertarians be represented as well, to do something that we couldn't do. Basically beat both parties. I may have not have found out and looked for it correctly, but I'm just telling the truth. It shouldn't be the fact of the matter is, it shouldn't be the fact that, hey, we're losing young people in this state. But hey, we bet on ourselves. We bet plus. But I'm going to be real with y'all. Straight up honest. You're having an out-migration problem still. You're having more people leaving the state. You're having people that are leaving the parish at less than 1% or more than 1%. You're getting new businesses coming in, but the businesses that made you for what they are, they're gone. And then you're looking at Front Street and downtown, and it's like, it is the best place. It is crazy. It is big as it's ever been. But you're looking at Natchitoches, and they're only coming back to take care of their parents. And once their parents are gonna leave the earth, are they gonna stay? No, they're gonna leave because they love it here. They love it somewhere else. They love it more outside the state than it is the parish. And a lot of it is politics. A lot of it is corruption. A lot of it is the money isn't there. And I look like the same way when I talk about Clownfish TV when it comes to pop culture and every other gaming news site. The money isn't there. Venture capital is gone. They don't have enough money. The PPP loans is getting less and less. And then you're gonna have to ask the biggest question of all. What is Louisiana gonna do about it? That's why in 2023, when I look back at it, when I look forward to it, it is important for this state. A lot of these issues are gonna, not just in Natchitoches Parish, but every parish in this state is gonna be decided here in this place, in this state. I'm looking at the Libertarian Party, and you're looking at the vote share of that time, and the saddest part is, that's not gonna work. And they're staring at it, it's like, what's going on? I'm not even done. How many people in Natchitoches Parish are libertarians? And that's the thing, people won't tell. And you know what's even hard? You can't find it. You can't find it for anything. But I'm looking for it. I'm looking to see how many people that are in that affiliate. And you know what's even sad about it? This is the thing. You know what's sad about it? That's the thing nobody's gonna tell. You're looking at, to have an active county, and you're staring at Natchitoches Parish. He's like, what is up? I'm looking at it for Natchitoches. Who do I contact? Look at this. I have to contact somebody. And I'm like, how do I do this? How do I get involved in a party that is not growing where we are? That's the saddest part of it all. And now I'm looking for the voters. I'm looking at how many people and I'm looking for the candidates. Nothing. This is 2020. And I know it's early. I know it for guarantee. And I'm staring at something and I'm looking at it. Oh, who are the elected officials for Libertarian Party of Louisiana? And you know what's even sad? It's only one. And it's in Tensas Parish. Board of Aldermen, Town of Newellton. Was only elected in 2020. 2025 is her end year. Is her end of the term. And it has to and they have to go towards a vote. That's only one. That's only one elected official. Only one. And you know what's sad about it? There's less voters there. And that's the saddest part of all. I'm trying to look for it. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous and it's not fun. It's hard to, and that's the biggest thing. How many? I'm trying to Google. And you know what I'm gonna do? It's this. You know what? I'm gonna do something that I rarely do. That I haven't done in a while. DuckDuckGo, anybody? And look, how many people in Natchitoches Parish vote for the and you know what's even sad about it? Oh, this is fun. Having a horrible time in my best. I'm having my horrible time in my best days. So yeah, let's make me look for it. And then you're staring at it. Only 1% voted for Joe Jorgensen. And you're staring at it. And there's less than 1%. Less than that. That's less than that. And you know what? You can clear these. Clear all of it. And not just Democrat. Not just Democrat. Not just the other. This is Natchitoches Parish. I am not crazy. And you're looking at the other parties. That's 3%. In 2020, it is 2%. A share of 1% in 2020. And then you're looking at it, the other candidates is a 3% share. And then you're looking at the Green Party, which was Ralph Nader in 2000. Vote share is 0.73. 1%. And then that's the thing. That is the biggest issue of both of these parties in Natchitoches Parish. Of both of the parties here. You're staring at less than 50-50 odds betting plus hundos on people's faces. And when you take off the green, if you took off the Green Party, Libertarian Party, and other parties, and any of that, this is a share. 43%. This is 2016. 43%, 54%. That's the thing nobody's going to tell. 43%. You know what? And you're looking for the... That is less than 1... It is less than 0.19%. So... 0.19 divided by 100. And then you move it twice. That is less than 1%. So zero. So that's the thing. Less than a percent. You know what? 0.19 multiplied by 100. Let's make it even worse. That is 19%. 19% difference between red and blue. That is 19%. A 19% difference of votes of the share. And then you look at the biggest issues. You look at the differences. Just take off both the Republican and Democratic Party. And then you look at, let's look at the Libertarian, 1.4%. So, and then it's percent multiply. Oh, you know what? Not going to add it. Let's plus. And then 0.73. Let me see again. 73. That is 0.74% of the state. And you're looking at 0.74. You know what? This is stupid. This is funny. And I hate math so much. This is 0.7, only 0.73. .73. And you want to look at the difference? Yes. That is a 0.31% difference. And you're looking at a 20 to 20% difference of vote shares between the main two parties and 0.31% of a difference. So we can make this easy today. We literally can do it. That's the thing that makes me think about what is going on with this parish and what's thinking about it. And it's like, this is it. A lot of it is, let's see the vote shares. 46% in 2012. Okay. Wait, that's the wrong date. Hold up. This is 41, so. I might have got the things wrong, so. And 56. And then you're looking at it all together, and it's 98%. And let's see the difference. That isn't, you know what? 41.7, let's see. And you're looking at a difference of 14% of the share. And you know what makes me think, where's the differences? And I'm looking at the others. Let's do it. Let's do it that way too. Let's do it first. And it's the same one. Let's make it a full difference. Get out of here. And then we can make it even worse. Green Party, folks. Let's do this. Nope, that's not it. There you go. Oh, man. That's less than 1%. And now I gotta add it. Oh, you know what? Let me look. And now I gotta look. Makes me look. Oh, this is buns. Nope, that's not what I'm looking for. Let me look. And then take off the other. Let's make it fun. And no, it's 2000. Shit, that's the wrong one. All of it is 2000. Oh, good grief. And then you stare at it. Oops, my bad. It's funny. It's so much. It's so much we see. You're looking at 2020. And then you're looking at the Green Party and the others, like, yeah, they aren't doing so hot. And then you're staring at let's take off Libertarian Party for a sec. It's the scariest part of it all. And it makes me want to dig it up again. Because a lot of it is like, let me view the data. And no wonder we can't find much for the green. So I can compare. The other will likely be and that's the thing that is fun. Oh, you know what? Fuck it. I can do it. You know what? This is funny. I can do it somewhere else. Cause guess what? I can do it for the suckers of Wikipedia. Wrong. Let me deal with it. 2020 election. Negative. Parish. I think it's election results. That's in results by parish. Which is funny. I don't usually do this by that, but let me dig it up. Nope, wrong one. That's too easy. I'm looking for an issue. A lot of this goes back make graphical results. Yeah, we can make it easy. And then you're looking at 20. Let's make it fun. Let's make it even funnier and ridiculous. And then you're staring at it. And then you're looking at, only 1%? And then you realize, how many people who are the Green Party? None. Which is funny. None. None. So guess what we got to do? Nope. Not a Green Party representative showed up for the election in 2020. Not a Green Party election. So we're going to have a good time today. And we're going to compare and contrast. I got 7% of batteries left. I don't even care. I got to shoot up after this. And that's the thing after this stream, and when I'm finished with everything. And you're looking at the state, and you're looking at Natchitoches Parish, 2020, baby. And then you're looking at it. Nope, that's not there. So let's... Nope, that's it. And let's figure it out. And this is... And you know what? This is funny. Okay. 0.773. Shit, I gotta charge it now. Definitely. Dragon Tail style on this shit. It's like 0.077. That's a difference of 2.7%. Multiplied by 100. Or something. And that's the thing. It is less than a percent difference. And less than 20% difference of a margin of winning in the state. And less than a percent that is there. The choices, we're looking at no representation for Natchitoches Parish when it comes to the Libertarian Party in this state. Tell me to volunteer, but what is the point of raising money in a state where there's little to no people are willing to step up and say, I'm going to be a libertarian, I'm going to do something for the state? It sucks. It sucks. It sucks, and I can understand why. You're looking at young people leaving the state that would have, if they would have learned civics, or if they would have figured out how much of Louisiana is dealt with, how much of the problems Natchitoches Parish is in, how much of the problems Caddo Parish and others are in, and you're looking at it and say, and you have the same people, and you have the same Republican Party screaming, vote for us, what did you got to lose? And then the other folks that say, vote for us, what you got to lose? We care for you for years. And then you realize, I'm staring at both parties and they don't represent me, and you're staring at a state that, hey, I'm losing 1% of the population. Hey, I'm great. But don't even realize you have the same young people that are leaving the state after graduation of college, and the same young people that are leaving the state by the time they go to high school. Beautiful, isn't it? And yeah, I gotta go.